In this video, I'm going to show you how we can configure bandwidth percentage for EIGRP usage in two methods with, for example, EIGRP classic configuration and also named configuration. As you know, EIGRP uses 50% of the bandwidth and reserves 50% of the bandwidth for data packet. Here, I want to show you how you can change this default behavior. Actually, we are talking about the IP bandwidth percentage configuration on EIGRP. This is our text file, and here we have 5 steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4 are similar to the previous scenarios. Configuration of EIGRP in classic method in R1 and R2, and also with named method in the router 3. And we should do only the step 5, configure EIGRP IP bandwidth percentage in R1, R2, R3 as 30%. Here, because we have two methods of configuration, we need to do this function with two methods. First, in the router 1 and router 2 that we are using the classic configuration, we should use this command on the interface, IP bandwidth percent for EIGRP AS number percentage. Okay, the AS number is 1 in this scenario. Let me to show you. This is the router 1. For example, on the interface serial 10, I want to configure bandwidth percentage for EIGRP1 as 30%. Let me to show you, for example, 30. And here you can see it with the show IP EIGRP interface detail serial 10. As you can see here, now interface bandwidth percentage is 30%. Also in the router 2, let me to configure it under the interface serial 10. Again, IP bandwidth percent for EIGRP1 is 30. You can configure different values for different interfaces. For example, on the interface serial 11, we can configure 40%. It's okay. But let me to use IP bandwidth again percent, and then for EIGRP1 30%. And here show IP EIGRP interface detail. For example, serial 10 and serial 11, in both of them, as you can see, interface bandwidth percentage is 30%. But in the router 3, because we use the named configuration, we should go to the router EIGRP, for example, lab, and then under the address family IPv4 unicast AS number 1, we should go to the AF interface. You have two options, interface name and default. Let me to configure AF interface serial 10, and then here you can configure bandwidth percent, again, for example, 30%, and show IP EIGRP interface serial 10 or interface detail serial 10 can show us that the configured now interface bandwidth percentage is 30. And also you can use show EIGRP for address family IPv4, then interface detail serial 10. Again, we have the similar result. All right, this is the configuration of the IP bandwidth percentage for EIGRP usage.